I love you. So, this is going to be a very, very valuable life coaching lessons. So, the most expensive lessons in the world. Why will it be the most expensive? Because you gotta give up what you invested mostly in. And what is that? That is the ego. That is what you invest most in, like the person. So, Silicon Valley, yeah. It is a place where people are trained in a certain way. One of the words they use a lot in Silicon Valley is b2b, meaning business to business. So perhaps I make insane parallels here, but if we do the parallel human to human instead, so we begin to value human to human information. Anyway, I pick myself up from the deepest of hole. I pick myself up from that. And then I fall into the deepest of hole. And then I pick myself up. So, I want you to feel awesome. I want you to feel renewed, like a new human. I want you to feel incredible. And I am not have done my job at those videos until you do. So I gotta tell you the best method, what I discover to feel like totally renewed, totally energized, happy, all of that. So first, what you gotta do to feel awesome, feel energized, because realize your natural state is to feel awesome. That is the only thing we will accept, And of course you can feel bad sometimes, but what most people don't realize here is if you really feel the pain, if you really cry and scream out, you transform it like waves. So most of the time you are really, really happy, and sometimes it something comes into your time space that you gotta transform like a wave, and then you do that because you feel it, you transform it in some way anyway, meaning when you do it, when you really get those bad things out of your system, you will most of the time feel awesome. So in the state that many people are, instead of going and feeling most of the time very awesome, instead they're feeling constantly on a low vibration, like always, and analyzing everything and have their logical mind and all of that. And they feel like that most of the time, and very few times feel high level. And that is because they don't release that type of, because that is information something is wrong when you constantly feel low frequency, because the purpose is not you should get used to those bad feelings because you force yourself through so much shit all the time. So the first thing you want to do, and this I mean mentally, and I mean also physically. So first, to feel, because what we wanna have here is a result where you feel awesome. So the first thing we gotta do, we gotta take away, we gotta empty out. So the feng shui is extremely helpful. Clean out everything, take away everything, like throw away and save just a tiny bit of the stuff you want. So clean out like a lot. So you want to throw almost all of your stuff, and you can keep some few, very few of what you own. And you want it to have big spaces because the chi flows really good then. And then on those spaces you buy something new, few new stuff that you really love. Like this gotta be beautiful and energized. And you can choose whatever you want. It could be pictures, it could be like anything. But realize, ask yourself, which colors do I like? And generally in Feng Shui, the goods, what's good, considered good, it don't has to be good, but what's considered good in the Feng Shui is plants, crystals, colors, mostly strong colors, but the colors who are in line with you. And then we have round things is often considered good because they are more in line with the truth. So crystals, lamps, you should see which type of lighting you are most comfortable with. That is a good thing to do. Me, for example, I like the sun. I like dawn more than sunrise, so I try to have a little that type of color around me. So empty out, so you have like a lot of space, and then put it with a few things that you really love, and it's gotta be beautiful, you know. Do the same thing with yourself. Find space where it's quiet. Empty out. Like the monkey mind, the Hanuma, or the babbling thoughts. They always wanted to keep you busy. And if you're not busy, you get bored. You gotta keep it busy. Like watch TV, gotta do that. And that is a trick. You want to do the opposite because you want to find the truth. So you gotta... This is not easy. I am not saying it is easy because it's not. But you want to find space where you do nothing. And you want to begin to feel your body. You could also begin to feel your breath. But have your hands here, not here. Have it here when you meditate. You could try to just lay down, or you can... As well, you can also try to sit, but or lie. Yeah, do whatever you feel like. Meditate, find space to empty out, because what you want to do, you want to be empty now. Because when there is space, there is room for truth. When you're constantly busy, there is no room for... Because the thing is, you have all the answer. Ask yourself, where am I? Is this good for me? Is this good for me? And perhaps your mind don't know, but your body knows. So your body has the answer of everything. You want to feel the pain, go in and feel the pain. Because when you do that, you heal it, you transform it. Because realize here, people and many talk about... Some people call it inquiry. That could be a good word. Some people call it by transforming your DNA. That could be a good word for it. But if I will put my words on what some people call alchemy, because realize here, when you apply alchemy in your life, you change on a fundamental level, on a very subtle level. You change for real. Like it's not a... your energy field become different. So whatever you might call it, it is feeling your feelings. It is to contact the body, the energy field. Yeah, I know some people says, but it's all about going beyond the body. Yes, it is, because you will drop the body. But you do that through the body, because the watcher is inside the feeling of the body. The feeling of the body. So you will come beyond the ego, beyond the body, through the body, through the feelings you feel in the body. That is the truth. That is the only thing I can tell you, that this I know. This I know. So, when you begin to empty out, you will refill with something new. And beware of your programming. Don't program any mainstream thing, because I see myself also as a split, because something with you like it, but you don't completely like it most of the time, I think. Anyway, so when you empty out, you wanna replace with something new. So now I talk about your environment. You empty out, putting something great, something new, something beautiful. Then I talk about your body. Go into the feelings, feel the pain, because the feelings is also the memories. So in a certain way, you actually delete memories. That is a really, really good thing to do, because you get younger. And also, to really, really change all of these three things, I would recommend you to fast, because then you empty your stomach also, so it is easier to do these other things. But I would recommend you to begin with the Feng Shui, because it is most how shall I say, physical. So then after that I wanted you to try a little bit fast, and to fast, don't eat, and then experiment with food, with what you really like. Because some people can be like, well, shall I really experiment with food? I can get like eating disorders. But what they don't realize is everybody has an eating disorder, because I can get so much shit for saying this, but I feel the truth is, my experience is that food is an addiction we're not supposed to have. So everybody has an eating disorder in that way, because we don't need food. We are naturally vegetarians. Why? The simple reason for that is we create the energy. So it is not logical that we would need food. So that is why I would recommend you to first fast, and then experience with food what you really like. Because what most people has is just sugar addiction. So they don't feel hunger for a certain type of vitamin, if that even exists, but they don't even feel, if we say it on a color level, they don't feel what they need, because they just need something with sugar to raise their sugar curve. So try with food. I will make a particular video just for food as well, because that is like a really big subject. So I want you to feel awesome. Nothing but awesome is okay. So one more thing. You know all over this, the secret, like the law of attraction is like a really big thing. And it's good in one way. In one view it's awesome. Of course you should think good thoughts, because you create a good space then. But realize also the component that when you have a lot of pain in your energy field, it's going to be hard to think positive, because you are going to follow the other type of streams who are not that raising you are up your frequency. So when you empty out and feel these feelings, go into them, it will be so much easier to think beneficial thought, because your energy level, your energy field will not be that dense, not that heavy. So it will be so easier to be the watcher, and then in a mindful way choose what is beneficial for you. So that is important to realize. Of course, you should think positive, but also delete the feelings who are the protection or the response of the pain, because the negative feelings come from something, and they come for covering over the underlying pain you feel underwards there. And most people are saying about, well, no, I don't have any pain. No, you don't have pain when you're constantly in the ego, because that is the job of the ego, to constantly protect this pain so you don't feel it. But as fast as you create space, you begin to contact in with that pain, and that is what the ego don't want you to do, because it don't want you to realize you're not it. So all of this game, all of this reality is about keeping you distracted. It's about not for you to know who you really are. That is what the constantly sucking your energy is. Like all of the TV, all of the music, they just want you to do, not ever be in the moment of now and in contact with the body and feel. Massage is also a very, very good thing, because when you do that, you set free that energy who is where you take. So you release energy by constantly touching yourself. You probably see that on me. I constantly and like touching the hair, because it's information there, you know, like you release stuff. Do this. So if it's really hard to begin to feel and come, because realize most people are very, very close, like they are shut down, because they are constantly having from outside programming fear. So of course you shut down. It's a protection from all the falsehood is around you. So you do like this with your chakras and everything. So what we do here is the opposite. We begin to open up. Like is heat, is like safety. So it would be natural if you are very, very shut down, because the space, the time who is around us is like this, is constantly filtrating, and fear, like the false evidence appearing real, is constantly coming from the mainstream media. So it's not a strange thing if you experience like I am, like extremely close and I don't feel anything, because everything is about for you not to feel, because that is what this game want to keep you from. When you begin to feel, I promise you one thing, and I promise you, first I promise you is heavy, yeah, and it's a journey into the death. Is you choose constantly to die, yeah, so it's awful, but many people come to that state of realization that this is the only thing I can do. I don't have a choice. I have to begin to develop myself, because otherwise I can do it no longer. So yeah, what I can promise you when you do this is that you will begin to have abilities that most people don't have. And this process, what I'm talking about, some people call it Kundalini, like feeling the Kundalini, but what really happens is you can feel it like a movement. Kundalini is, to put a word on a process who is beyond words, but you could put that words because it's true that a lot of it, the energy goes to the spine, you know. So in one way it's an alchemy process, but you can experience it like a movement. You can experience it like pi, for example, Fibonacci, but it is a movement. And when you do this, you can never be bored, because you can always choose to go into that peace, because it's a peace in it as well. And that is the reason, and you will realize this, but this is the reason why most of people, when they have awakened their Kundalini, they might perhaps go into a cave and just totally isolate themselves. It is because they have found a peace who is beyond the satisfaction you can feel with like food or sex or anything. So that is why many people just isolate themselves, because they feel like the other type of stimulus, you could call, is lame compared to that. So you will be alone just so you can go into your trance. But you can still choose to be in the time space, of course, and be in this system if you like. But I think many people just don't like, because it's like you are in contact with something better, you know. But it's good if you choose to be with people, because what you do then is you share this and you begin to like waken them up as well. So anyway, you're supposed to feel very happy. I love you so much. Goodbye.